I was going to Johnny Z's flea market store, Rock and Roll Heaven. And I remember Johnny telling me, remember that band Anthrax? Because I did a record with him, and he showed me Fistful of Metal. At that time, I had just started doing a radio show, which was one of the first ever metal shows. Yeah, I liked it, but I didn't love it because I was personally more into melodic stuff, and I loved really great melodic singing.
You all have to remember that Neil left the band as they played their most amazing performance at the Roseland Ballroom.
The tour was amazing. And then that, we played that Roseland show, and now we're coming home to our home turf. And Roseland, you got Anthrax, Metallica, who was added to that gig, and Raven, sell out 3,500 tickets to the Roseland Ballroom. None of us have a major label deal. We're all on Megaforce Records. And we sell out. And of course, all the labels are like, huh? The Scooby-Doo ears go up. We hit the stage, and I mean, it couldn't have gone better. 3,500 dudes pumping their fists and headbanging, and the place is getting trashed, and it was fucking chaos. And same for Metallica, same for Raven. One of the greatest nights in the history of New York, in metal in New York City. And all three bands signed their major label deals off of the back of that show. We signed with Island, Metallica signed with Elektra, Raven signed with Atlantic.
What's going to happen to Anthrax? What's going to happen? What will the lineup deliver?
It's either the band breaks up or we look for a new singer. Like, people have our records. We're doing record store signings, and people are singing words, and they're going fucking crazy at our shows, wearing our t-shirts. People are buying shirts, and the hardships of being in a van or whatever, who cared?
Anthrax, whatever band members have been in, it's a chapter. That's the way I feel about it. It's a great chapter. It's a great piece of history for us.
They seem to go into a whole new place. They seem to evolve into this unique songwriting.
We already had a bunch of songs we were working on. Charlie had really stepped up as a riff writer. Like, who knew Charlie was such a great guitar player? And just had like this well of ideas.
The other guys, of course, contributed too, but I would basically come in with the basic framework of a song. That's how we would start to make, an album or a song.
We already had songs like The Enemy and Stand or Fall and Aftershock, and so Armed and Dangerous, I'm pretty sure, was Charlie and Lilker. Musically, okay, we're good. Like, we've got a guy who's stepping in and is really up in the game.
On the first album, Fistful of Metal, Neil was basically the lyricist for the band. Now that Neil was out of the band, someone had to take over that spot.
All right, who's writing the lyrics? No hands go up.
Scott stepped up and he took over the lyrics for the band.
So it's kind of like, fuck it, I'll give it a try. I read a lot of books, and it's kind of like Chance the Gardener from Being There. Nobody told him he couldn't, so he could walk on water. Nobody told me I can't write lyrics, so fuck it, why not? And I had read Being There, so, figured why not?
We went into the recording studio without a singer.
Towards the end of '84 now, like a couple of months have gone by since August, and Neil was out, and we've got an album's worth of material at this point. And the songs were coming out cool. The four of us were playing. We were rehearsing all the time, new material. And we've got all these songs. And we're like, these are great. We just need a fucking singer.
So we went into Spreading the Disease, recording the songs musically.
Johnny said, basically, well, look, why don't we start the record? Why don't you guys go up to Ithaca, start tracking the record? And because it's going to take you a couple weeks to track it, and, we'll just keep looking for a singer.
Spreading the Disease, produced by Carl Kennedy from The Rods, an amazing group. We had a record deal, it was a major, first thing out, and very intimidated by the whole process.
And now we're kind of panicking a little bit, like, all right, what are we going to do?
I mean, I think we were looking for the traditional type of guy that had the chops to sing, and also,
We were at the point where we were like, look, we can't find anyone. We're going to go the Kiss route. I'm going to be Gene, Frankie's going to be Paul, and we're going to tag team the songs.
My voice, I just try to get the job done. You know, I think I have a decent sound. I'm not a great vocalist. I just think I have a decent sounding voice at times.
Frankie will be the singer and I'll be the gruffer guy. And that would have been the end of Anthrax.
Carl had known Joey. Carl Kennedy had known Joey.
And Carl's like, you know, I know a guy. I saw this guy. There's this band called Bible Black. You know, they come through once in a while. He goes, they had this singer. He was really good. You know, they're a cover band. I've got the number of this guy. His name's Joey Belladonna. Let's give the number to Johnny, and we'll have Johnny Z call him up and see where he's at.
He's up in way upstate New York. We're like, how much fucking farther does this state go? He's like, no. He's like by Canada and shit.
Johnny calls us back and says that I talked to him. Sounds like a nice guy. Does he know the band? Has he heard Fistful of Metal? He goes, no, he said he didn't know the band, but, you know, he's in the hard rock.
No, I had no clue. And I didn't even know what I was going to visit. There was no indication of any kind of style. Never heard of them. Just flew there on a propeller plane from Plattsburgh, New York to Ithaca, of all places, and here we are, you know, and I'm checking out this band that I don't know anything about.
Joey comes in with I think it was red leopard, he didn't look like us, red leopard pants, like black spots with red pants, cowboy, I think it was cowboy, or dress boots on.
I'm in ripped jeans and an agnostic front t-shirt, and in walks this guy who looks like he should be in Whitesnake.
He looked different than us, but we didn't care. We just wanted to hear how he sang.
So he comes in. We're all behind the control room. Me, Scott, and Johnny Z. I think Alice, of course. And Joey gets up to the mic and he's like, oh, Sherry. You know, like, and we're like, what the fuck?
The dude fucking nails it. Like, we all just look at each other like.
Isn't that weird? Because people ask me, what was your audition? Like I said, I never felt like I auditioned for anybody. I just walked in and they go, go on out and just warm up or do something. Like, hell, I'll just start singing something I know.
And we were all like goosebumps. And, I mean, I even get goosebumps now. I don't know if you can see that here, but literally, it was like it was meant to be kind of thing.
And I'm going, Steve Perry, Anthrax, it's from Bible Black, David Coverdale. Rainbow covers. He's gonna sing in Anthrax. Does he understand what Anthrax is about?
I wasn't up there in Ithaca, and they played it for me over the phone, and I was like, that's it, sign him up, let's go.
It was kind of nice. I just kind of did my own thing, and whatever came out of my mouth fit what was going on, and it was, I'm sure for them, it might have been something they didn't expect.
The first song he sang was a song called Medusa, and he fucking nailed it.
And I think the cool thing is I didn't really have anything. I just sang, man. I just sang what I felt. And even to this day, these songs, when I sing on them, I just hit them the way I hear them. I know the key, the word, I just go at it. I don't really think about it too much. There's really not a lot of thinking. There's really no time to do that, you know?
We called them back in the room and we said, hey, you want to hang out? Like, you want to hang out a couple of days and learn some of the tunes and all that? And like, let's see what happens. He's like, yeah, sure. And so like we hung out, you know, a couple more hours and it's time to go to dinner. We're like walking out of the studio and he's got a duffel bag with him. And I said, you have any other clothes with you? You know, cause we don't, just so you know, we don't dress like that, like what you're wearing. We don't wear that on stage. We're just going to be wearing like jeans and t-shirts or just our shorts. He's like, oh, I just put this on figuring I should dress up a little bit. I shouldn't just walked in with ripped jeans and a t-shirt. He's like, I don't dress like this either. It's like he just thought he's going to see a band. He should put on some band clothes. I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, and I'm sorry if I came off like an asshole saying that to you, but you know, we just want you to be comfortable. He's like, oh no, that's the best. I just wear jeans and t-shirts too. Cut to, you know, that's it. He was in the band from that moment.
That was it, man. I mean, Joey, when he came into the band, it was right. It just sounded like, that's it. That's the band right there. Don't touch it.
I just think the band really have to have something different, special that we have. We really have a chemistry It's just this mixed formula that spits out this type of music that really no one does it the way we do it.
We took a break from recording Spreading the Disease to go and do a 2-week run of dates and release this EP called Armed and Dangerous, which was a good thing. I felt that we did put that out because it gave a chance for everyone to hear Joey, and I think it showed the growth, and this is the band now.
I remember very clearly going into the flea market one day and Johnny telling me, hey, that band Anthrax, they got a new singer. This guy sings like Steve Perry. I think you're going to really like this now. And he gave me the Armed and Dangerous EP. And I listened to Armed and Dangerous and I heard Joey singing and I was immediately hooked in. It was like a whole different thing to me. And I was like, wow, this is really cool music this heavy with a guy with this kind of voice singing.
The wonderful Joey Belladonna's voice. To have that and know what we can do melody-wise, vocal-wise, range-wise, on top of the music that we write, I think it's very important to know that going in, that we have that little magic that we have to put on top of the music to make it sound a certain way.
That was the thing that set us apart from the other 3 bands that were involved in this big 4. Is like Joey was more like a singer. He came from that thing, you know. It definitely set us apart from those other bands.
So you can have the heaviest of riffs, when we put Joey's voice on top of it, it's going to sound like Anthrax, and I think that's the sound of Anthrax.
That album was all done. It was missing something.